Yo, what is up, everybody? Next to Bo's Ultimate back at it with another video. Sorry if I sound shitty. I feel shitty. Sinuses, stuffy nose, sore throat, all the fun shit. I got it over the holidays. Like after Christmas, so like before New Year's. But that's one of the big reasons why this is a little bit late, and also just me forgetting because of just other shit that's been going on. I wanted to get this video out by January 1st, but this is January 4th, which Wrestle Kingdom already happened. um, so I vaguely know what happened. I don't really know what happened, but vaguely I do. But this isn't really about that. So this is about the first comic review of 2024. Yay. I did not plan for this book to be first. I mean, I just kind of looked at I just kind of looked in the boxes I needed to continue to sort through, and I just kind of went, sure, fuck it, this one. So it's War Machine #1 from 1984. This was a read that's been on my to-read list for a while. And the big reason why, besides for me just wanting to get more content out for the channel, and for me just wanting to do comic book reviews, main reason why I'm doing this is just to kill a whole bunch of books and check them off my to-read list. So this is going to be #1 of 2, maybe 3. This book took me about almost a fucking hour to read, because this kept going on and on and on, and I'm like, holy shit. This book was so long. Like, I guess if you read a lot of books like trades or whatever, this isn't really that long. I can get a trade paperback done in about an hour if it's 6 issues. But I managed to get this done when I could have been maybe in the last issue, like 6 or 7 issues of a trade paperback, when I could be in the last issue or just finishing up the second to last issue of a trade paperback. That's how long this took me. There was a lot of story going on, and honestly, I'm gonna try my best to tell you guys what the fuck happened in this book, because quite truthfully, the art style in this was pretty good. I don't really know who wrote it besides from I think Jim Lee did it. Not Jim Lee. I'm sorry, Stan Lee. Wrong fucking person. I think Stan Lee wrote this. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. This was pretty good. This was very good. There were a lot of different characters in this book, which I was genuinely surprised at. I'm just gonna start the review now. There were a lot of characters in this book, which I was genuinely surprised over, even if it was just by cameos or special, like I think the first 2 pages of the book. War Machine goes on and he fights a whole bunch of different villains. You got people like Juggernaut, Mysterio, Sabretooth, Dr. Octopus, the Vulture, Ultron, Doctor Doom, Demogoblin, Green Goblin. Some other characters I just forget because there was just so many on that page. But I think I said Rhino. I don't know. But there were a good amount of characters on that page. It was like, oh wow, like that's a lot of characters for him to just be fighting like the first go of the book. And he just kind of blasted them all. He just kind of blew them up, but I don't know if that was like him actually doing that, which I'm just going to assume that it was, because straight after that, he waved his hands in the air, saying hi to like all the people in a car with a bunch of babes around him that were like, hey, like I want him to have my children's, and then the other I want him to have my children, and then the other chick looked at that chick and went, touch him and you will be dead. So that was a little funny dialogue. But it just kind of went on. Um we do get to see the return of Ray something. I already forget her last name. This is gonna be one of the problems. Vincent Setiwayo, I think, is the guy's name who Ray, his girlfriend, gets wrote. I say Rhodey. So James Rhodes Jim Rhodes is his name. Not James like in the MCU. So I think they just changed it up for the MCU. But Jim Rhodes is his name in this. Or in the comic books, at least for what my knowledge was back in like the 90s, because this is from 1994. So I love the like the 60s to the early to mid 90s is some of my favorites. So this is just kind of like iffy for me. Like some stuff from the 2000s I can do, but when you got stuff like this, it's like I can handle it for the most part. Like I can read it, but if it's something along like this, then it's just gonna be like, oh wow, like you know what I mean. I'm not really gonna try and do a thumbnail for this. I'm just gonna kind of hold my book like this. I already got planned for episode 10, by the way, just to let you know. So that's gonna be a fun one because it's gonna be a 10th episode special. Which the more I think about it, I might record that right before I leave to go up to PA, and then just save it as my 10th episode, just so I could have one of them saved and then upload, and then have that as like my 10th episode special. Just so I can have time to do something up there, because I'm gonna be bringing a hot stuff of books with me. So this is that's gonna be fun, guys. So be prepared for that. Because that's gonna be decent amount of weeks worth of books. So plus also I got, Ollie, so I could always pick up a trade, try and read a trade to get through it for the day, and then go on, read that, and then get that trade out to you guys in a video. So anyways, back to this book. I enjoyed the art style of it. There were a few cool things that they drew with War Machine. I really loved his outfit. The old school War Machine design is one of my absolute favorite Iron Man suits. And this was just really badass. And this is definitely like, something a military guy would wear. Going back to the characters things, right before Ray asked Jim to go out to dinner with her to see Vincent Setiwayu. I'm probably gonna butcher that fucking name, but I'm just gonna pronounce it how I think it's pronounced. She asked Jim to tell her his origin story, so we do get to see that a little bit, and him tell her that. And he grew up in Philadelphia, so shout out to Philly. Not a big fan of Philly, but I'm from Pennsylvania, so I can appreciate from that. So he grew up in Philly, and he mentioned about how he wasn't the richest kid, or it wasn't one of the richest neighborhoods, and how it wasn't one of the nicest either. But nowadays, we just got a lot of shitty drivers, so it still holds up to be true. So not shitting on Philly, but shitting on Philly. But yet again, WrestleMania is going to be in Philly, so I'm cool with that. Anyway, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, though. Tickets are so much. But anyway, so we do get to see him talk about that and how he went from being a Philly street kid to not finishing up college. And my hair's a mess. I'm sorry about that. This is still early in the morning. I'm going to grab my shower later today, so don't mind, this going on here. So he talks about how he went from that to not being able to finish college, and how he just wasn't, rich enough, but he was poor to go to college. Yeah, how he just was poor, so he couldn't go to college, but instead he decided to join the military. Um, and he talked about that, and he talked about how him joining the military and meeting Iron Man there, and all of that stuff from, I think he said it was Iron Man 144. But then he talked about how later on he spent time with Tony Stark when he died, and how him and Ray have been together since like Iron Man 283, and I think Tony Stark died in 281, and then it was 282 when Nick Fury offered him whatever. I haven't read those issues. It's just, this is why I love the older comic books, because they give you a little tagline that goes, oh yeah, this character's referencing to this, so then you understand what's going on, because they still do it today. It's just so fucking confusing because you don't know which, which thing it's from anymore. You just fucking don't understand like anything at all, so that sucks. So he does talk to so I'll get to the whole Nick Fury thing later. But he does tell Ray about that, and how he's done working for people, and how he's just gonna go on and do his own thing. Ray invited him out to dinner with Vincent Setoyo, and Setoyo is looking to build some sort of corporation for something. Jim Rhodes here, here's a paycheck. You convinced me into giving you money and helping you, build up for that. And Vincent was like, no, I don't want your money. I just want you. I want you to help me work on it. And then Jim was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't work for anyone. And he looked at Ray. He's like, I thought I made that clear. So he was a little upset with her. So he's like, hey, like, he's like, you just drop me off here. I'm done. It's a nice night. I'll walk myself home. Which he did. And then the main villain of the story with the Nazis. I gotta open this anyways now because I'm getting to the part where it's the one shot that I like really, really like, so I might as well get this book out now. But the villain of the and I'm also gonna look at the villain's name here because I genuinely forgot what his name is. But he hired this chick to pretty much kidnap Setoyo, and Edda All. He's from the African nation of Emea. I don't know how to fucking pronounce any of those names, so that's also why I'm trying to look here. Emea, and he's president, and he's the president, and his name is Edda All. So All went on and hired this one chick to pretty much kidnap Vincent Setoyo, because Setoyo was from that African, from Amaya, and he betrayed Amaya and moved to the States. And he also gave Jim Rhodes a book that Setoyo wrote himself, so Jim can, go on and think about, working for Setoyo in the future. But All had the book. It's Aul, so I think it's pronounced as All, but I don't know. That's just what I'm gonna assume it is. All also had the book, and he was just pissed about it because he read the book and he's like, it's fucking stupid. Like, it's the most shittiest thing ever for someone to betray the country. It's not exactly what he said, but pretty much that's exactly what he said about the book and his thoughts on it. So All hired this chick to go on kidnap Setoyo, and they have him in Maya now. They actually put him into prison for something. Or another. I'm not gonna look. It's not that big of a deal. It was just bullshit reasons because Setoeo betrayed the country, so basically that's what it was. But Jim Rhodes also was going to start to read the book, and then he heard about Setoeo. Actually, a lot of characters did. Nick Fury did, War Machine did, Deathlock did, Captain America did, and then later Cable found out as well, which I will get to the fight of War Machine and Cable here in a bit. So Jim Rhodes went on, called up his phone, and went, "Hey," sorry, I was just taking my rabbit. And went, "Hey, like, Fury, I need your help." He's like, because he saw Nick Fury in person with the chick. I think it's Maria Hill. I'm not sure. She wasn't giving a name, so I don't know. So, I mean, she could have been in other issues, which she probably was, but I haven't really read any of the Nick Fury stuff, so that would be later on in the future, of course, of me reading that. Okay, that's a restricted thing. I saw the little restricted R, and I'm like, what the fuck is on my book? I hope it didn't get dirty. Also, like, out of the backing board, look at how nice and shiny this is. Ooh, yeah, I don't know why I'm, not holding the book when this is the book review. So, where did I leave off of? Oh, yeah, I'm talking to Fury. So Jim talked to Nick. I'm just gonna call him Jim instead of Jim Rhodes, and I'm just gonna call him Nick instead of Nick Fury. So, or just Fury because my name is also Nick, so I'm just gonna call him Fury. So Jim talked to Fury. And oh man, my nose is just getting worse and worse by the second here. So I might be able to get 2 videos out today and not 3. So Jim Rhodes, Jim talked to Fury and was talking basically like, hey, like, I need your help with this. Like, I'm not gonna take you up on your offer that you gave me, when it was back in an Iron Man issue 282, I think it said it was. But he was like, I just need your help. He's like, I know you mentioned about Setoeo, and you guys had a history. You and I both know that you need to do something about this. And Fury's like, no, I can't. He's like, I just can't interfere because I know if I do, like, something bad's gonna happen. So Jim was pretty much like, hey, he's like, fine, if you won't do something, then I will. And this gets me to one of my favorite shots when he was talking about whatever, and Nick Fury was talking to the chick and was like, hey, like, I'm worried about him. He could die out there. Like, I was young like he was, and I went out and I did stuff, but he's like, now since I'm getting older, he's like, I can't really do the things he's like that he wants to do. And trust me, I should know, I was young and dumb like that, like you all now, because the chick even admitted that she was young and dumb. So he's like, yeah, he's like, I know you are. He's like, by the time you will learn like that, you won't. And this gets me, this panel right here, I just love how this is drawn out. I like, once again, the War Machine suit is just so good, and this is probably one of my favorite dialogues. This is probably my favorite thing in this book. It's just like Mom always said, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. It's just, I just think it's a very badass line for something like him. And while yes, it's a very cliche line, it's just, I think in this instance it works best, instead of just kind of throwing that line in there to be thrown in there. And another shot is this right here. Once again, just an awesome look at the War Machine suit, plus him, showing what the map looks like and the power levels in his suit as well. And he goes on, he talks about how Tony Stark did an amazing job with the suit, and how Tony Stark, don't want to really show too much, once again, without getting copyrighted or whatever, but yet again, I'm not really sure anymore. But because people go on and show multiple different things with the issue. So I'm just shouting out the drawing, the artwork. So I'm not like, gonna go on and show you the entire book. But I'm not gonna go through like page by page and read you the entire thing, which I don't think people can be mad at. But still, it could be I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I still gotta feed my rabbit. I still need to give him his banana. He's probably very pissy right now, but I gave him a treat, so it's fine. I'm just behind on my day. It's cool. Rough night's sleep last night. I got up very early this morning, couldn't go back to bed, fell back asleep, got up around like 7:30, so I am not awake or functional, and I did not get well enough sleep for me to feel, well enough today. And I took like a cough drop just so I can get it in for the morning, so that didn't even help with anything really. So War Machine once again went on. He suited up. He's gonna go out to fight. He fought a few planes, which was great. That was a great sequence of stuff. The one plane. We also got Cable in the middle of that. We got Cable going out to look for War Machine so he can fight him, which that was awesome. I'll get to that in a sec. So Cable did that, but a War Machine fought the planes, which was really cool. Because he just pretty much exploded them. So once again, some of the artwork of the explosions was just very, very, very well done. And then, this is where, kind of like in the middle of the book, it just kind of kept on going and going because just how much talking there was and whatever. You had some stuff with All as well in the middle of this, but nothing really that I cared for. Just a whole bunch of bullshit of whatever and whatever. I'm just kind of trying to point out the important details that I think are at least important and not just some of the filler stuff. Because if you really read a comic book, you can tell there's a lot of like filler stuff just so they can be filler. That doesn't really add much to the character, but adds something just to say, oh, they at least expanded a little bit, but they really didn't need to do that. And I think that's what some of the stuff with All was. It was just him pretty much being like, hey, I'm in control. I tell you guys what to do. And then his clients called him their excellency, which for the 90s, excellency, I guess was a word. I don't know, especially with Germany. No, not Germany. There was some sort of war going on in Germany or whatever. It was on the news. I could really care less for that stuff. Once again, that was just filled with stuff to build up for the pages and just to give Jim a reason to not only read the book but get back into wanting to help Sutawayu, or Vincent. I'm just gonna stop calling him Sutawayu. I'm just gonna call him Vincent. So, which we didn't get to see. I have the number 2 for this. I might not go on, and I hope you guys just understood what I said because my voice just gave the fuck out until like just now because I needed to cough like the past 5 minutes and it just wouldn't come up. So, but I'm just gonna briefly recap you. I'm just talking about a bunch of bullshit that was going on with there goes my voice again. Just stuff that was going on, like just filler stuff. So just not important things, and I'm not even showing the fucking book again. So yay me. So what was I? Oh yeah. We are now to the after the plane stuff. After the plane stuff, War Machine fell down, crashed. Cable came in. They had a huge fight, which was cool. They pretty much talked about like how War Machine was built for stuff like that, and Cable was like, man, like Stark really did a great job with these suits, and War Machine mentioned about how he met Cable and how Cable might have his teammates on X-Force on a leash because they met each other in X-Force number 20, which I don't know if I have. I think I have that. I'm not Not sure. I know I have X-Force #1, so that might be a future read, but still. So, man, like, see, once again, this glare, though, it's better in person. Anyway, so I know that was weird. It's just my glasses have been bugging me lately. So they went off, they battled. War Machine tried to blow up Cable a few times. Cable tried to shoot and blow up War Machine a few times. Cable stupidly punched War Machine to try and, like attack him, which really did nothing for War Machine. War Machine was like, hey, if you like that beat so much, you might as well dance to it, and then all that stuff. And then they were about to start up again because they kind of stopped the fight, and then a lot of shooting commotion was going on. Oh yeah, by the way, this is legitimately the end of the book, so the final fight was War Machine and Cable, and what's about to happen next, but we didn't even get to see a scene where all would talk, Edda, all would talk to Vincent, would talk to Vincent, and we didn't even get to see him say Vincent, so they're saving stuff for issue 2, which I do have issue 2, so I will read that, maybe not today, because I gotta find it first, because I have I have a lot of comic books unsorted right now, and I only have 7 long boxes, and all 7 of them are full, so I need about 10 or 11 long boxes until I can get my collection officially sorted 100%. Plus, I got a lot of stuff that I gotta rearrange and put into certain places right now, so I don't know where anything is. So we might get to issue 2 later down the line, not sure. But right before Machine and Cable was about to stop the fight again, because War Machine was like, hey, I shot you down, like, this is the end. Cable was gonna shoot him, and then they both got up, and then they were getting ready to shoot each other again. Blasts go down, and Deathlock appeared, and he's like, hey, like, I'm gonna insert me into the mix, which I'll just show you this shot, because this is my final favorite shot right here, and then this is, of course, gonna be the next issue, but this is my third and final favorite shot. I just like this, like, expansion stuff where we get to see, like, a whole lot more of everything, where we get to see War Machine and the whole look and design of Deathlock, and then some of, like, Cable. I just like this expansion stuff, plus, like, some of the background stuff and artwork, and even, like, how they went into, like, extra designs with the gun, Deathlock's gun. So that is legitimately how this book ends. It comes in with Deathlock right before he's about to, it ends with Deathlock interfering in the final confrontation between War Machine and Cable. So that's pretty much how they end this book. And just to get into issue 2, I didn't know anything about this book going into it. I kind of have an idea of what issue 2 is going to be like. So there's that. Overall, I'm just telling you guys this now. Did I like it? I liked it, but also it's dragged on for a little too long, and I think that this book would have been perfect if they could have just taken out a few different things, once again, with just some extra bullshit storytelling that just didn't need to be there. But overall, I liked how we got some backstory onto Jim Rhodes. That's very good for a character. That gives him more character development. Talks about his history with Tony Stark and how he doesn't like him right now. And of course, War Machine and Iron Man, I think, still go on and do stuff, but I don't know if that's because of the Ultimate Universe or not. That's still very confusing, and I haven't read 2015 Secret Wars, so I don't really know, but I'm just going to assume that War Machine and Iron Man do get back together eventually in the future here, because I think, that they're members with each other, but I don't know, because I think War Machine has his other own comic book going on right now. Not sure, but I wanted to read this because I believe that this is also War Machine's first ever individual comic book, and that's why, this gives an origin to, might as well say this down now. That's why I think that this does give an origin to Jim Rhodes here. So I think that's why, once again, just shout out to the artwork. And this is done by Gecko Wake. What? Gecko Y A check sec. I don't know that. I'm sorry I butchered that name. I know I did. But that's that. Anyways, guys. Like I said, overall, good book. I enjoyed it. It's just some extra backstory stuff that we just do. I mean, extra. I'm all in for a good story, but we just had some extra content that we didn't need. So overall, good book, and I enjoyed it for a first time book, and I think that it was a very good pick for a first book. Now, once again, guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure you like this video, subscribe, click the notification bell, or don't. I can't really tell you what to do whenever it comes to that, because I don't have notifications on, because notifications takes battery away from your phone. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I will be uploading daily comic book reviews. So if you do enjoy comic books, I will be doing that, and I already have a big episode 10, which I will just tell you now. Episode 10 is going to be my review on the entire story of Infinity Gauntlet. So it's not, so there will be certain things like that where I won't go, this is number 1, this is number 2, just, it depends what I have in my collection, really, and what I want to do. So, plus I already read it, it's my favorite storyline, so I pretty much know what happens. But I want to say that as my 10th episode special, because it's my favorite comic book series as a whole. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna go upload this video, so by the time that you are watching this and this is being uploaded, I'm probably going to go, actually what I need to do is go on, give my rabbit a banana, because he's getting pissy with me, so I'm going to give him a banana, I'm going to upload this, and by the time this is uploading, I'm probably going to read another comic book, and I'm probably gonna, have to feed my rabbit as well, so I might feed him and then read another comic book, so by the time this is fully uploaded, I'm probably in the middle of reading one. Hopefully I'm going to read one that doesn't take quite as long as this one, just so I can get another read in for a day, just so I can get another video in for a day. By the looks of it, I might be only able to get 2 in, but my goal is at least 3 today, and then 2 tomorrow, but if not, then 2 today, 3 tomorrow. But anyways, guys, that's all. Comment down below, let me know what you guys want me to do a review on next, or in the near future, so, and I will make sure to write it down, and it has to be like, specific issues of whatever, so, peace.